was cute in like the least cute and most repulsive way possible. I didn't love the spice. Oh, I forgot I put this clip in my hair. Oh, we're all besties and I look like a drowned rat, but that's fine, it doesn't matter. Hello, book besties. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Delaney. If you are new here, we are starting a new vlog and we are starting new series. So for this entire vlog, I'm going to be starting a brand new series. I've been really busting my butt, working hard to finish up series I'm in the middle of. And I've been doing a really fabulous job at making progress in the dozens of series that I feel like I'm in the middle of. It's really not that excessive, but it feels like it. I hit a wall where I was like, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm in the middle of way too many things. So I started closing some of those out. I feel good. I feel good with the progress I've made. And now I'm ready to dive into some brand new series, starting with book 1 that have been on my TBR for a very long time. So I only have the first book completely solidified. I know where we're starting, and that is Butcher and Blackbird. And I actually just started this book. I'm on page 70. So I started it today and it's feeling almost like magical realism, you guys. I was expecting dark romance, kind of like, what's the dark romance I read? Oh, the Mind F series. That felt very real, just gross and dark and gory. This one doesn't feel like real life. It almost feels like I'm reading, bear with me when I say this, but it almost feels like I'm reading a Halloween seasonal themed book in the way that things are talked about. Also ignore my nails. I only have my pinky finger left on. But it feels almost like magical realism, sort of. I don't know if that's making sense, but that's really my only thought so far. And I'm still kind of establishing characters, establishing side characters, what's going on, really just kind of getting into the world still. But so far it just is feeling not a contemporary dark romance, you know what I mean? It's feeling like a more whimsical fantasy-ish romance. So those are my only opening thoughts, but I'm very excited for this vlog. There's been a lot of series that I am so anticipating and so excited to get to, and I've just not let myself because I wanted to close out some series before I opened up a new can of worms with a bunch of new series. So we are finally at the point where I feel like I am ready to start some new series and jump into them. So we're gonna do it together. Very excited and hopeful to find some great reads, starting off with Butcher and Blackbird. And I will update you when I make more progress through that. I'm listening on audio and I'm loving the audio. It is so well done, so well done. And I feel like it could go really quickly. So I'm going to go, there's a little market that I'm going to go to with my mom and my sister, a little outdoor spring market. So I'm going to go do that and I will probably come home and read a little bit more, but I'll update you when I have more updates for you. Okay, you guys, it's the same day, a little bit later. I just read the chapter, I think it was chapter 11, with the cookies and cream ice cream. And I've seen this everywhere. Everyone's like, it will ruin cookies and cream ice cream for you. I hate cookies and cream ice cream as it is, so I wasn't super worried about it. But dare I say I wasn't that appalled? I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't be saying that, but it wasn't as shocking. It's disgusting, but it wasn't as shocking to me as I thought it would be. Do you know what I mean? The way it was blown up, and I've seen it literally everywhere on social media. Whenever someone talks about this book, they talk about the ice cream scene. Dare I say it wasn't as bad as y'all made it out to be. I am more appalled, can we be so honest? I'm more appalled by orzo pasta. Ooh, disgusting. Disgusting. Yeah, literally, right out of the gate. So that's grosser to me for some reason. Maybe that's weird, I don't know. But I just had to let you guys know that that's the part that I'm at. Also, there's a word that's been used multiple times in this book, and it is the see you next Tuesday word, the C word. It is my least favorite word to ever exist. I just have such a hatred for that word, and it's used a lot. It's already been used a lot in this book, and not my favorite thing. I'm still feeling like I'm not reading a real story. It feels magical, realism, fantasy-ish. I don't know how else to describe it to you guys, but I'm not having a bad time. I'm enjoying it. It's so easy to listen to. I feel like I could finish this book today. It's a weekend and I just do a lot of house stuff, go for walks, sit outside on my deck, relax, chill, and I feel like I could easily listen to this entire book today. So I'm not gonna say I am, but I might. So that's the update. I'm enjoying it as much as you can enjoy things that are like disgusting. It's also so funny. It's like laugh out loud hilarious, which is jarring because like the topics being discussed should not be funny and like the characters are so funny. So I'm having a good time. But that's where we're at. That's the update as of now. And I'm going to continue reading, flying through it, and I'll update you hopefully before I finish or when I finish, depending on the speed that I move through this and if I have anything to update you on. But yeah, it's a good time so far. I'm enjoying it for the most part. Hello, hello, hello. We have some major updates. I finished Butcher and Blackbird. It is the next day, so I did read this in, I think it's under 24 hours in total, but over the span of like yesterday and this morning. And let me sit. I don't know why I'm standing. And I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. I honestly didn't love it. The see you next Tuesday word that I talked about was said multiple more times, and I just didn't feel like the romance was super believable. I don't know, it was cute in like the least cute and most repulsive way possible. I didn't hate it. I really didn't hate it. It's just not like my cup of tea. I don't foresee myself continuing the series, to be totally honest with you. And not necessarily only because of this book. Like I didn't hate this book to the point that I'm like, I'm not going to continue the series. But the general consensus that I have seen from people that I follow and that I really align with their reviews and some of my friends is like this series, especially the most recent book, not super great. Like I feel like this is most people's favorite book. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I just don't foresee myself caring enough to continue the series. So that's okay. Kind of like a half DNF, I guess, because I didn't DNF the book, but I am going to DNF the series. I just don't want to continue. I don't care enough to continue, and there are so many books on my TBR that I would prefer to read more than this one. So I am DNFing for now, at least. Who knows if I'll revisit in the future. I'm never going to say never, but not something that I feel like I'm antsy to pick up the second book or wanting to get my hands on the second book. I just don't care. I don't care enough. So I can't remember if I already told you, but I gave this a 3-star. It was cute and romantic in the least romantic way. I don't know. It was just very like mediocre to me. It was funny. It made me laugh at multiple points, but I just didn't connect to them. I didn't really care. And yeah, some aspects of the story were just gross, which I knew what I was getting into, especially reading the trigger warnings. I was like, what the heck am I about to read? And now I know why the trigger warnings were so strange and out of pocket, but it was fine. That's really my whole review. It was fine. Enough with that one. I have decided the next book we are jumping into, it is another romance, but a cowboy romance. I am reading Done and Dusted. I just started the audio of this, and I think I might read the physical copy. This feels like a sit outside, sit in the sunshine on my deck and read, like physically read with my eyeballs. So I think I'm going to switch to reading the physical copy of this one, and I'm very excited. I'm like just now getting set up. I just met Clementine, or Emmy, and she is back in her hometown. Her family doesn't know she's back in her hometown. She's kind of showed up, and there's something that happened to her. We don't entirely know what, but that's where I'm at right now. It's truly like just the first couple chapters, just now getting set up, and I am very excited to be back in a cowboy romance world. I am missing Elsie Silver. Like I'm wanting to read, I might reread some of the Chestnut Springs books because I'm like missing that cowboy romance feel. So I'm hopeful that it's not going to be Elsie Silver, but I'm hopeful that I'm going to love it similar to the way I would love an Elsie Silver book. You know what I mean? It just feels like spring and summer is meant for the cowboy romance girlies, and I'm very excited for this. I've heard it's like super spicy too, which can be good or bad depending on how the spice is written, and I've never read a Lila Sage book. So we're gonna see what I think of her specific spice style, and yeah, my hopes are high, vibes are good. I'm excited to dive into more of like a contemporary cowboy romance after reading kind of like a weird dark rom-com, just kind of a strange genre that I've never really read before. Dark romance meets rom-com meets weird. I don't know. But I'm excited to be back in something that I'm very comfortable and very familiar with a small town cowboy romance. So vibes are good. I'm excited. I will update you as I read through this, and that's where we're headed next. Hello. Okay, so I am reading Done and Dusted, and I'm enjoying it, but I feel like we're just gonna jump right into my thoughts. I feel like they are lacking like emotional chemistry. I feel like their relationship is very, very physical, which like is obviously important in a romance, and like a spicy romance. I feel like there's a lot of physical angst and tension, and obviously just like a lot of passion in that way, but I feel like I'm missing the emotional piece. And for me, like that's my favorite part of reading a romance, is like that deep emotional connection, and there's like glimmers of it, but as a whole I feel like I'm missing that. I will say they have made Luke very, very attractive. Not only do I love that name, Luke is like one of my favorite names. I think it's because of that Nicholas Sparks movie, The Longest Ride. It's like one of my favorite romance movies, and I'm pretty sure his name is Luke. It is Luke, 100% it's Luke. And I love that. So that's kind of like what I'm envisioning with this, because he's a cowboy as well. And she talks about like his forearm veins, and there's a scene where he's like eating a burrito while driving a manual transmission, and like something about that I was like, why do I like that? Why do I like that? So totally random, totally just like a weird side note, but I like him a lot. I like both of them as individuals, and I like them together. I just feel like I want more emotional depth, if that makes sense. I also want to add the spice scene that I did read. I don't love the way he talks to her during, and like normally that's not something I don't like, but he calls her sugar so many times, and sugar is just not a term of endearment that I particularly enjoy. Sugar is giving like grandma, like old lady. I don't like that. I don't like that. But they definitely have passion and chemistry in those moments. So yeah, I feel like those are my main thoughts. I'm enjoying it. It's like a really easy romance. It's really cute and flirty and fast and fun and like all the things you want in a romance. So no complaints. I just would love a little bit more emotional depth from them, but I do really like both of them as characters. I think he is written to be incredibly attractive, so that's nice. And I love cowboy romances. I just really do love cowboy elements. So having a lot of fun reading this. Perfect for like the sunshine, summery, springy vibes. And yeah, that's where we're at. I'm almost done with it. So I'm probably gonna go for a walk right now and listen to some more of the audio, and I will touch base with you when I finish with like final thoughts and ratings and reviews and all the things. But that's where I'm at as of now. I just wanted to touch base before I completely finished the book and was like, hey, surprise, I actually read the entire thing and didn't tell you anything about it. So that's where I'm at. I feel like I look very exposed. I'm not used to wearing like tank tops on camera. Yeah, now I feel weird. Okay, bye. Hello. Okay. I finished Done and Dusted this morning, and I feel similarly to the last time I talked to you. I gave it a 3.5 star because it was cute. I feel like I'm like really cut out. It's like those passport photos. That's like how it looks. Like, you know, when you take your passport photo and it's like from here and then like this much open space above your head, and you're like, why did you not center me in the photo? That's what that clip was giving. I gave it a 3.5 star. I really had a fun time. It was a really fun read. I will be continuing this series. I feel like it's just a great, not a filler romance even, because I feel like I'm going to really enjoy them, but just like a quick, easy read. I feel like it's just kind of easy reading, and I'm intrigued. I don't even know who the rest of the books are about. I own all of them, but I'm assuming it's her brothers. At least one of them has to be her brothers. I really have no idea. I should look into that, because now that I know the characters, the like interconnected standalone, like who it's about will make more sense. I had a good time. Not like earth-shattering, not Elsie Silver status, but I also hated the first Elsie Silver book I read. I shouldn't say hated. I also didn't like the first Elsie book I read, which is Flawless, the first Chestnut Springs. So I'm not going to write this off yet. I feel like it has so much potential for this series to like just get better and better and better as it goes on. So I definitely will be continuing this one. This was a lot of fun. And yeah, I wish I had more thoughts for you. I just don't. I really don't. I didn't love the spice. That's really my biggest takeaway, is like I didn't like how it was written. something about it just turned me off. I can't exactly pinpoint. Someone's calling me. Scam likely. Yeah, I didn't love the spice, and it felt very spice driven. Like I feel like a lot of the plot was smut, which I don't love in general. I still would have liked a little bit more like emotional romance between them. It did get a little bit better at the end, I feel like, but still very spice driven and not spice that I liked how it was written. So that was kind of what docked it down a little bit for me, but I really enjoyed it. It was fun, it was flirty, it was great for the vibe I wanted. It was like everything I wanted for just like a sunshine summery read. And yeah, I don't know what series we're gonna pick up next. I have two in mind. I'm considering Consider Me. I really want to read this. It's a hockey romance, and my only hesitation is the newest Windy City book comes out at the end of this month, and I feel like if I read them back to back, this is just not gonna stand up to Windy City. So maybe a different time would be a better option for reading this. I also have Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. This has been on my TBR for so long. I think it's a trilogy as of now. I think there's 3 books out. I own the first 2, and I started this probably over a year ago, and I soft DNF'd it. I just wasn't in the headspace for a romance. Nothing against the book, but I wasn't in a romance mood, and I was like, I'm just not enjoying this. So I soft DNF'd this, but definitely have hopes to get back to it. And I know I will be reading this at some point. So these are the 2 on my radar. Not to say I won't change my mind, because whoever knows with me, but these are the 2 on my radar as of now. But you will see literally in the next clip what I decide to go with, but as of now I have no idea. I do have to run for a work event, but I wanted to update you that I finished Done and Dusted this morning, and it was a good old time. 3.5 star. Solid, spicy cowboy romance. It was enjoyable. Hello, besties. Where you are sitting is definitely very unsafe. My tripod, let me take a picture of this. I'm gonna upload the picture on the screen. Oh, I forgot I put this clip in my hair. Oh, my tripod is resting, not even fully extended, like barely holding on top of a candy jar that I have sitting on my counter. You could fall over quite literally at any second is what I'm getting at. But I have decided on and started the next book we're going to be reading. That is Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. And I'm so excited to start this series, and I'm already loving it so much. This book is different from the romances I normally read, because I feel like the romances I normally choose are like people meeting or coming back together, second chance, like whatever it is. It's their relationship developing, like to blossom from kind of nothing. This is about a divorced couple that has kids together. They have a business together. They like own a restaurant together, and the grief of grieving each other, watching each other move on, and co-parenting and still like being very involved in each other's lives. And I am surprised by how much I'm loving this. A lot of the time when a book feels too old for me or like too mature, like having kids or anything like that, I feel I can still enjoy the story, but it doesn't feel as, like I'm not as invested. I am fully into this. I am loving this, and it's so good. There's so many like one-liner quotes. Let me find the one I just read. The camera's also gonna die. I'm a train wreck today. Here she's talking about like depression and dealing with depression. She had a stillbirth. She lost a child, and it sounds like that kind of unraveled the relationship. This is all very early in the book, so not a spoiler. But she says, she's talking about depression and like going to therapy and doing all the things, trying to like feel better. I'm gonna sneeze. No, it's gone. Okay. And she says, no expectations. That's not how I felt with my first session. I had high hopes that first therapist could fix me, could dispel the dark cloud hanging over my head every day when I woke up. Not only did she not do any of those things, but in some ways she made me feel worse. I knew the problem couldn't lie with her when after 6 weeks of seeing her, I felt no better. So I had to be the problem. And when another 2 months with a second therapist didn't yield any results, it only reinforced the idea that buzzed in my head like a chainsaw. I could never be fixed. I could never feel happy again. I'd be a burden and an embarrassment to my family and my friends. Like, depression, like that is just so real. So real. I don't know if Kennedy Ryan has experience with that, or if she like interviewed people, or how she found that out. But the way that she writes about depression and mental illness is so real, so relatable. There was also another quote. Shoot, I just closed the book. I shouldn't have done that. She's talking about her ex-husband and her kids here, and she says, the vulnerability that used to be reserved for the three of us, I don't get that anymore. I lost the privilege of his feelings, his body, his heart, or rather, I forfeited those intimacies when I asked for a divorce. I forfeited those intimacies. Just the way she writes things, so beautiful. So beautiful. Needless to say, I'm really, really loving this. So that's where we're at. I, again, just closed the book and I shouldn't have. I have bookmarks right in front of me. Why do I keep doing this? I'm about to start chapter 12, page 114. So I'm working through it and very, very much enjoying my time. I think there's like 375 pages in this book. So I'm like a good portion in, but I will definitely keep you updated as I continue reading. Sorry I started it without talking to you first, but at least we're all caught up now. So that's the update. I am just trying to keep track of all the characters. There's a lot of characters and I know who the second and third books are about, so I'm like kind of trying to take notes on them. Her friends in this book have their own books later in the series and I love them already so much. Like strong women, such strong women. So I'm loving this, loving it. I feel like this could be a really great book to potentially close out this vlog. So that's the update and I will talk to you when I have more to say on this book. All right, you guys, I'm on chapter 29. I have about just over 100 pages left and the tension is tensioning. Let me twist you down here, hold on. Tension in this book, like the history and the love and the physical attraction that is so evident. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with these characters and it's so good. I did not expect to love it as much as I did. I expected it to be good because I've seen so many great reviews about this, but the level that I am enjoying this book, like it's so good. I'm also loving the like pro therapy messages and like the talking about depression, and they are raising their children to be like emotionally intelligent and know that it's okay to not be okay and that it's okay to need help and it's okay to seek support and go to therapy. I'm just loving that Kennedy Ryan is going there and she's talking about the realities of loss and grief and depression, and I can only imagine like having a miscarriage or like a stillbirth. Like I cannot even imagine the level of grief that would come with, and the way that she's writing about it is so powerful and so impactful. She does such a beautiful job with her writing. Like she's a phenomenal author. It's like poetic the way that she's writing things and describing things. It's so freaking good. Also, one of my favorite parts is they meet another couple. I'm not going to give like any context to this, but they meet another couple in this book and they're an older couple and they talk about that they chose to never get married, and they talk about how for them it felt more meaningful to like wake up every day and choose to be with each other rather than like be bound to each other by a piece of paper. And I just thought that was a really cool way to look at it and like a really cool message and like super unique and really powerful to be like, no, actually we're choosing this together to just wake up and actively choose each other every day. Like we have no real like lock to each other. I don't know if that makes sense. Like there's no legality around it, but like we still wake up every day and we choose actively to pursue this relationship. I thought that was really sweet and just unique and different. I thought it was really cool. This is just incredible. I'm loving it. I probably will finish this today. It's a holiday as I'm filming this. It is Memorial Day. So I had a couple client calls because I forgot to take the day off. I scheduled myself, but I am done now and probably will go for a walk and maybe listen to a little bit of the audio and then probably finish this physically when I get home. And it's just so good. I'm loving it. But I wanted to update you before I do finish and let you know that I'm still eating this up. I am flying through this. I think it's been 2 days and I've read so much of this book. I'm just in love with these characters and I can't wait to see what comes of this. So I'm gonna go finish this and I will update you with my final thoughts and rating and all that jazz. Hello besties. I just showered, and I mean like quite literally just showered. Like my hair is still dripping wet, but that's okay because we're all besties and I look like a drowned rat, but that's fine, it doesn't matter. Because I also just finished this book and I have to talk to you guys about it immediately. This was so freaking good. So freaking good. There was one part in this book. Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to find the page. I didn't annotate this book, but I kind of regret not annotating it. I think I took a picture of the page. Hold on. Public grief is tricky to negotiate. At a certain point, and it varies depending on the person and circumstance, there comes a time when you should be over it. You should have moved on by now, and you're so aware of the fact that you have not, that you cannot. You don't want others to see your past due tears or sense the pain that has outstayed its welcome. You protect them from feeling awkward because you are still in pain. When the facade fails and you lose it, the stares soaked in sympathy are as bad as the ones filled with contempt. I know the aftertaste of such meltdowns well, have experienced firsthand the violent vulnerability a broken mind can use against you. Oh my gosh. So good. Like, so... Oh, her writing, guys. Oh my gosh, and this quote too. It begins with a tremor, a realization that love happens in the fragile context of our mortality, that love and life occur just beyond the reach of our control. There is only one letter of difference between love and lose, and somewhere along the way, for me, they became synonymous. I understand now that something broke in me after my parents died that somehow healed wrong, and I started measuring how much I love people in terms of how much it would hurt to lose them. Like, do you see what I mean about the right? My hair is literally dripping on my legs. I'm like, so I should have dried my hair, but whatever. Do you see what I mean about the writing in this book? This was so good. I didn't get a 5-star feeling, but this is definitely a 4-star and like a very solid 4-star. I'm debating between picking up a book that it's been on my radar for a really long time. I almost wanted to include it in this video, but I think I'm going to start a new separate vlog. But I'm also kind of tempted to pick up book 2, and I don't know which direction I'll go, but I will definitely be continuing the series. It was so good. I think I'm gonna hold off on the second book just because I want like a little bit of a gap in between. Some people read series back to back to back, and that's great. I am not one of those people. I feel like I need a little bit of a gap, or I feel like I'm reading one really long book, and sometimes I get bored that way. I don't know, I'm kind of weird that way, but I just love this series. Will 100% be continuing. It was so good. And the book I'm reading next, again, I kind of want to include it in this vlog. I think I'm going to start a new vlog with that one as the first book, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that vlog. Little teaser there. But this video was really great. Butcher and Blackbird was okay. Done and Dusted was super cute. I will be continuing that series as well. And then this one was definitely my favorite of the video. So good. And will 100% be continuing this series. I think there's 3 books out so far. I don't know if the series is done or not. I have to research. This is really, I kind of just went into this completely blind, and it was top tier. But I'm gonna wrap up the video here. Me in my Sunrise on the Reaping shirt and my soggy wet hair. Beautiful, beautiful way to wrap up the video. But I am gonna end it here. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and following me on all the things. They're always linked down below, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, Lucy, bye. Bye, book besties.